Communication. Right. This also comes under leading. So that is one major leadership skill. That's the mostly required leadership skill. Communicate appropriately with the audience, no? Or with followers. We will consider this as organizational communication. Or communication in organization. Social psychology is the one behavioral science, no? Contributed to study this topic because communication has both parts, no? Psychology orientation and sociology orientation. Both are there. Then we have to consider social psychology subject to deal with this. When you see the communication model, you can understand. Right. Therefore, this is highly essential for all of us communicate. Most problems are because of poor communication, inappropriate communication. Right. Then today we will know some elements of it for different types of communication and to know how to improve its effectiveness. Right. Finally, we will identify some learning points for managers, aims for managers. When we see this photograph, most elements mentioned in the particular bus slide can be seen here. Right. Broadly, we can define that as a transfer of understanding, or transfer and understanding of meaning. Transfer and understanding. Transfer or exchange or share. Right. And understand. Of meaning. Meanings are, they are in messages. Right. Then you can write down a broader definition with more words. Saying that communication is the process of in any communication. Communication is the process of exchanging information. We exchange information. In bracket, we can say information includes facts or data, right? Then ideas, then feelings, then emotions, etc. Communication is the process of exchanging information among parties. But first it happen within a party, within a person. With your mind, one parties. Meaningfully. To achieve a purpose, no? It's a process. Then exchange information, parties, meaningfully, purpose. Those are the keywords. But first, it happens within a person. It's called intrapersonal communication. That's the number one. First, we have to think and understand in ourselves. After that, we have to communicate with others. But again, communication. With you, you communicate. Sigma Freud क्यों नहीं इन्हें communicate करना क्या रहे सामान्य baby. That is called intrapersonal communication. After that, we see interpersonal. Interpersonal. It may happen within the team also, no? It's called group communication. Intra-group, group intra-group. If there are different groups to communicate, that is called intergroup. Right? It's the group part of it. Intra-group, intergroup. This individual communication. But there's another word called mass communication also, no? Mass, the using mass media. At a time, the huge population can be contact to radio, to internet, to social media, mass communication. This is now highly used. But first one is micro level, individual level. Mass වලට එතන තමයි. එකනේ කතා කරලා ඉතල කතා කරන්නේ. audience එකක් කරලා. These are different levels. Right. Then some elements we are going to discuss can be seen in this picture. Then here there are parties. Then there is a present. Is the send. Sending the message. The other one is the audience or receiver. Then there is a medium also, no? Then here electronic medium is done, oral communication will happen, written communication is there. Right. Then you can see formal communication also there. No? It's a formal communication, formal presentation. Right. But there can be informal communication as well. No? Right. Then the presenter may use body languages also as non-verbal communication. They are using electronic communication, modern electronic. Right. Then there can be some barriers also to this communication, maybe noise as a physical barrier. There can be language barriers, cultural barriers, emotions, emotional barriers also can happen. Because the diversity is high, Here, gender-wise, there are differences. Age-wise, there are differences. Education-wise, there can be differences. Culture, ethnic group-wise, there can be differences. We can see different nations, no? The people, Chinese people, Western people, in the West also, they may come from different countries. Right. What else we can see? And feedback also happens here. The audience may ask questions to verify the answer, understand. Right. Then most elements can be seen in this photograph. Okay, then that's how we can define communication or explain the concept of communication. Right. Any other questions? No. Then I can proceed. Right. This is the communication model or the process with elements. Right. As I said before, sender is the first one now. Who encodes the message. Therefore, sender is also called as encoder. Right. Then as receiver is the decoder. No? Receiver interprets and tries to understand the message sent by the sender. But in the both hands, there are personal variables intervened. Personal or psychological variables like the experiences, attitudes, skills, perceptions, many more things. Education, even gender, other demographical variables can intervene. No? The way the message is encoded as well as the message is decoded. Yeah, those variables are influencing, affecting. That's why we say communication is different things to different people. It is different to different people because of these different variables can intervene. Communication is different things. It's a different thing to different people. The same message can be understood different device, different people. No? That is the way. But quality can be interpreted differently. No? The same quality. For someone, it is very high, excellent. For some, average. For some, poor. For some, hate. It's a hate. Right. It is because of the perception. Perceptions are different. Information can be obtained from our senses, but it is processed psychological through our perceptional process. Then based on the perceptional differences, they may make decisions different. Right. Communication is also a decision-making process. It involves decision-making, choice-making. Right. Then between the receiver and sender are linked with the medium message or the channel. There are different types of mediums: verbal, non-verbal, written, electronic. All should be used together. That enhances the effectiveness of communication. Better to use the different channels as required. In classes also, we are using different mediums. Written medium, oral communication, body languages, electronic communication. Trying to give examples as allowing Q&A, feedback that enhances understand. There are other methods used to have the feedback. No? There are continuous assessment, primary strain exam, semester exam. Then once students are going to the industry, from the industry also, the institutions can get feedback. Right. Noise is always there. No, in the when we communicate here, there are noises, no? Which are inevitable. We can't prevent it. We can prevent, but we can't avoid it. But the sound comes from machines, from vehicles, from animals, from people. Participants will kata karenge so. Then even you may think another. You may communicate with your mind with another concentration. Yeah, look at it. Then those are noises. Aspects of noises. Barriers, physical barriers. Right, but though there are different barriers, we can improve the effectiveness with communication strategies. Commonly used communication strategies are, as I mentioned, better to use different channels to communicate. Then another one having the feedback. Right. Likewise, there are different communication strategies. Those are the mostly used communication strategies. Use different channels, have the feedback. If we look at the model also, we can propose it. Right. Any other questions about the second point, communication process and model? It's a common one, applicable to any communication type. Common model. So meeting एक बड़ा make दिए ना physical meeting एक बड़ा make दिए telephone call लेकर make दिए SMS करके बात दिए email करके बात दिए रेडियो के सिंधु के बात दिए टीवी के बेल बात दिए ना मैच का बेल बात दिए then receiver Both are there through channels. Right. Then we are going to identify different types of communication. The major classification of communication is having the formal and informal classification. Formal, informal. We will use that. After that, we will look at the types of communication based on the method or the technology used to communicate. First, we have to use the formal and informal classification. I'll draw a small chart. Online members cannot see that chart. They can see. No, it is not focused to the whiteboard. I can read. Read away. Make a whiteboard in this time. Then also they can't see it. Right. There are the main way of classifying communication is having the formal, informal classification. We do the same for other concepts also, no? When we consider organizational structure, we can divide that as a formal structure, informal structure. The next lesson, when we consider groups, we can divide them as formal groups and informal groups. This also same, no? Communication also can be divided as formal communication and informal communication. Broadly, yeah. Then you can have a tree chart. Tree chart. So again, I will show them three charts. And then on it. Kaya adik kita bantu ini, apa bisa tree chart. Tapi nanti maka istilah blackboard jadi jauh boleh adik itu. Kalau mulu jangan gaya nak pun. Tree chart ana, pakai miam gaya ana. Adik kalau gaya ana pun. Right. What's the heading? Organizational communication. Kadang ini mandan mana bayar blackboard ini bila. Terus kuting kan. Kebuai no. Tanah kasar di no. Ini malah di Indo ada. Pas saya ambil. Gila kita schedule le. Terus clean cara aku. Kita mudah sih. Kota bandar, lawan apa kerana? Main kodi. Main nanti ni tu lawan. Kau ready lagi? Kita gila padan कर लेने. दिमाग के में बता गया ना. और नहीं बने नहीं देम. एक को आना यार ना पंद्रह मुकुट पत्तों करा यार ना ये साल के से. Right. The first stand is one. Mata kita mesti bagi me ke raswa. Proceeds informal communication. Right. First stand organizational communication. Heading. Then divide into two with the three chart lines. Wamatai Dapratai Gahana line dekha. Two heads. Right. Then on left we can see formal communication. Formal communication. Online that way that dia memang besar करने का नो कहाँ kan. Jangan orang kan deh bitti galah sih. Bodoh kan bitti galah. Right. On right you can see informal communication. Mereka sama no parallelly ada no na. Again, family tree. Informal communication. Right. organizational communication divided into two names. Formal communication, informal communication. Formal communication it follows the hierarchy, organizational hierarchy. Hierarchy kita no yan. Informal it is away from the hierarchy. It is developed by the friendship or interest of the members. Kalau dia kan, nanti me point එක විතරක් කියලා හරියන්නේ නැහැ විස්තර කරන්නත් පුළුවන් වෙනවා. අඩුම වචන ගන්න. Right. ඊට පස්සේ formal එක තව බෙදෙනවානේ. Organizational formal communication can be further divided into two. Another vertical, horizontal. එතකොට වම් පැත්ත එක නැවත ඒ වගේ හදනවා පොඩියට පාත් එකක්. මේ පැත්තට high tree එකක් එනවා. Formally done. On left there we can see vertical. On right, horizontal. But now authors are keen to use the term lateral communication, not horizontal. There's a reason actually in that as I wrote there, the horizontal communication first can happen within a group, no, or within a team. If we use the term horizontal, it cannot be covered. It cannot be considered. No? To use horizontal, there should be another in the same level. But this communication starts with the communication within a single group or a team, maybe production. Then to cover that, now authors are asking us to use lateral, term lateral. Lateral communication, not horizontal. Lateral. Right. Lateral means it can address this communication, no? Communication within the group. To use horizontal, there should be another group. Intergroup communication should have to use horizontal. Right, right. Then vertical communication aspects it has another two. එතකොට අපි ඒක දෙකට බෙදන්නේ ඒකම ලයින් එකක් හදලා හරහට පොඩි ඉරි දෙකක් ගහ ගන්න. ඒකේ compositions වෙන මේ විදිහට දෙකක්. tree diagram එකේ විදිහට ගන්න. පල්ලෙහාට ටිකක් ගහලා හරහට පොඩි දෙකක් ගන්නවා. අරකට පේන්නේ නැහැ. Right. What are the two types of මේ තියෙන ඒවා? side එකේ තියෙන මේ දෙක. side number here. Side number 5 තියෙන lesson එකේ මේ දෙකයි. අපිට එන්න අපි හදාගත්ත ඔබේ අපේ part එක. Right. One is downward communication. That is the top down, top down communication. Other one upward, no? Bottom up communication. Yeah, organization එකෙත් කරා. But coordination යටතේ අපි කරන්නේ. Coordination වෙන්නේ communication වල. Right. Horizontal කියන lateral නේ. ඒක group එකයි inter group වෙන්නේ. Board of directors ලා එකට කතා කරත් එතන lateral communication. Board meeting එක. ඒකට MD එක්ක කතා කරන meeting එක. දාගෙන ඒ board of directors ලා අතරේ එතරම් lateral නේ. Within that board ඊට පස්සේ තමයි අයිත් එක්ක කතා කරන්නේ. Then they will communicate that through the hierarchy, the downward communication. Right. Informal වල තියෙන්නේ මේ වර්ග නෙවෙයි මේ වර්ග කියන්නේ ඔය එකේ levels නෙවෙයි වර්ග. What are the different aspects and types of informal communication or different methods used in informal communication. As I said before, one pair gossips here, gossips, rumors, gossips, legends. Then you can have similar three single line, vertical line, and three parts as rumors, then gossips on right hand under informal communication. Then legends. Legends කියන්නේ කටකතානේ. Famous කියන්නේ ආරංචි වරක්. Gossips කියන්නේ මේ ඔබදු. They give a lot of benefits to both managers and employees. So these informal communication channels. One is the manager's heavy workload can be reduced due to the informal communication. Then employee morale, motivation, satisfaction can be enhanced through informal communication. Then very hidden information can be shared through informal communication channels. Then it is very speedier than the formal channel. Personal ඒවත් යනවානේ. Personal information ඔක්කොම සංගේජ ඒවත් ඕකේ තමයි කතාව. Love affairs ගැන ඔය මේ ඔක්කොම කතා වෙන informal communication channels. Trips ගියපුවාම වෙච්ච ඒවා, කනබනකොට වෙන ඒවා. boss බැන්දනම් ඒ wife ගේ නම එහෙම. ඒ ඔක්කොම informal channel එකේ. තමයි කී දෙනෙක් ඉන්නවා boss ගේ කොහෙද ඉගෙන ගන්නේ? මොනවද කරන්නේ? ඔය formal එකේ නෙවෙයි informal. නමුත් වැදගත් නේ. අර work family balance ඉන්න වලට ඕනේ. අලුත් වාහනයක් ගත්තද BYD එකක් ගත්තද ඔයම කතා කරන informal communication. මැච් එකේ කවුද ෆස්ට් ඉරිසේ බැට් කරන්නේ? World Cup එක කවුද දිනුවේ? ෆයිනල් තිබ්බද? ladies final තිබුණා female. Australia ඉන්දියාව සවුත් අප්‍රිකා. නේද දිනයි ගෝමානේ. තරබල ගන්න අනිත් පැත්ත. Rest එක තිබ්බා සමහර ඊයේ තියෙනවා rest එක තිබ්බා ඊයේ තියෙනවා අද ටිකක් මාකට් කරලා එහෙම තියෙනවා ෆයිල් එක දාන්න අර ටිකක් වන්දගෙන බෑ කියවද නා මැචස් ප්ලෑන් කරන්නේ නැහැ ගේම් එකෙන් ගේම් එකට හරියට ප්ලෑන් කරන්නේ ඒකයි වෙන්නේ right. Then we are here now. These are the two components of vertical communication and the formal downward and top down. As we discussed in the first lesson and organizing lesson, this involves the chain of command principle. Yeah, the goals, which are based on mission and mission, no? Goals, job instructions, policies, procedures, problems, offering feedback, all can be distributed from the top level to the lowest level, the hierarchy. That is highly essential. Downward communication. Strategies to come okay. Then the all responses should be given to these through the upward communication, bottom-up communication. From the lowest level to the top level, even customer feedback, customer complaints, supplier feedback, supplier complaints, employee grievances, all should go from this, through this. Work in progress, all should be communicated through this. Machine I cannot take, okay, and even market intelligence all can go through this. Right. Then both together it can complete one major part of the formal communication, vertical communication successfully. Right. But to achieve the organization common goals, the horizontal or lateral communication is also required, no? With the teamwork. Vertical communication cannot do that. Then that is another must. Where the communication happens within a group or among groups. To achieve the synergy. Right. Therefore, formal communication is a must, no? It's highly essential for any organization. But today, there's a big demand for the informal communications as well, along with the formal communication. Rumors, gossips, legends are highly used here. With the modern digital marketplace, no, there's a big chance to improve this one. It's through social media. Right. Then I explained a lot of examples also. The friendship, interest, and other interest, friendships, closeness, and other interests can be used to share information in the informal communication. ආයතන විතරක් නෙවෙයි සමස්ත සමාජයේත් ඒකට දැන් වැඩි ඉස්පරක් තියෙනවා informal communication. Right. Then lateral communication takes place among members of the same work group and members of groups, different work groups in the same level, as well as managers at the same level or any other horizontally equivalent workers and managers. Right. Then informal ගැන පොඩ්ඩක් බලමු අපි. Informal communication gives managers a feel for the morale of the organization, employees, no? And it helps to identify issues or problems faced by employees who consider them as important to them. And this also helps to identify your top employee grievances, anxieties. And for the employees, no, this serves to satisfy their needs and to use their closeness, friendship, and to improve their morale. Right. Then in the formal communication, these architectural patterns can be seen. First one is the chain, no? In the hierarchy, vertical communication, chain is there. In the group communication, that is also formal, no? On the horizontal or lateral, wheel is there. Wheel. The leader as the nerve center, no? Communicate. Wheel එක hub එක වගේ. leader තමයි hub එක. members ලා වටේ. එතකොට තියෙන wheel architecture. නමුත් ඔය දෙකම එකතු වෙලා යන්නේ mix එකක් විතර. That is called as all channel network. Allows all group members to actively communicate each other. Especially this helps to improve self-managed teams. Hey guys, ඊළඟ පාඩමේ කතා කරා self-managed teams. Right. That's how the formal informal classification can be used to identify types and examples of organizational communication. ඔය දන්න දේවල්ම තමයි. පොඩ්ඩක් අර රාමු ගතව කතා කරා. Right. Then there's another way to identify the types of communication that is based on the particular method or the technique used to communicate. Then with that we can consider communication as oral or verbal communication. එතකොට අර informal formal අපි අමතක කරමු. මෙතන ගන්නේ ටෙක්නික් එක. එතකොට අර formal වල හරි informal වල හරි මොන වගේ හරි අර oral විදියට verbally communicate කරනවා නම් එතන කියන oral communication, verbal communication. Speeches වෙන්න පුළුවන්, one to one discussion වෙන්න පුළුවන්, group discussions වෙන්න පුළුවන්. Informal rumors with verbal විදියට යනවා නම් ඒ all come under verbal communication. Mode එක බලන්න. Face to face માં કથા කරන්න ඕනේ නැහැ නේද? ටෙලිෆෝන් එකකින් කතා කරන්නේ. එතන oral නේ. Oral සද්දය ඇහෙන්නේ. Zoom එකකුත් එහෙමයි. Oral එක formal වෙන්නත් පුළුවන්, informal වෙන්නත් පුළුවන්. Right. ඊට පස්සේ written නේ. සාමාන්‍යව වෙලෙන්නම කතා කරලා mixed වෙලා යන්නේ. ඒක තමයි හොඳ. mixed වෙලා යන එක තමයි හොඳ. Right. ඒක හොඳට understanding වැඩි. Written communication includes written presentation of the message, no? Through memos, letters, fax, emails, SMS, organizational periodicals, notice boards, the electronic and screens, notice board, very good. Any other device or method to present the message in written words or symbols. Right. The picture got them to them written in it. Picture could take written name. Picture. Now, picture got a tag again, the permit to again. I thought they come here. Sound like with take a picture and share number. They come here. Written verbal, they come. Right. Other one is non-verbal, no? Non-verbal means body language. And the bonus take a pen, body language. Then appearance, facial expressions, distance. Then distance. Then expressions, intonations. All convey the body language. Mood එක නේ. Mood එකේ අපිට වෙනවා මේ මොකද මේ positive විදිහට කතා කරන්නේ negative. Very urgent. Even body languages can convey, you know, those things. Then oral and written. Right. Then last one is the electronic communication. Include ඔක්කොම දැන් ආවද කරන classification method එක ගන්න electronic medium format, electronic form. Right. Includes all examples given there. Most example, not all. Email, SMS, network software, blogs, video conferencing, Facebook, Twitter, Messenger. ඔක්කොම electronic විදිහට යනවා. AI හතර දාන්න නේද? ජනාධිපතිතුමාගෙන් දාන්න එච්චරම නේද? ඊළඟට සුනිල් පෙරේරාගේ අලුතින් ඇඩ් එකක් යනවා. සොෆ්ට් ලොජික් එකම හදලා තිබ්බ එක. ඔලා ඉලෙක්ට්‍රොනික් කමියුනිකේෂන්. සරණ වතා වැඩි AI. Because we are in that era now. New generation is very good at this one. Company එකකට website එකක් අනිවාර්යයෙන්ම ඕනේ නේ නැත්නම් ගණන් ගන්න දෙන්නේ නැහැ. Website. ආයතනයකට තෝරන. Website. Those are electronic communication. So formal, informal ඔක්කොම වෙනවා කලකින්. Right. That's how the different communication types used by organizations or used in societies should be identified. Right? Right now, we will identify some barriers to effective communication, but I have not given that. Take physical barriers also first, including noises. There is one barrier. It has not been mentioned there. Physical barriers, including noise. Right. The others are mentioned here. One is filtering. This happens actually from the sender side. Sender tries to manipulate the information, message, in favor to him or her. That is called filtering. Filtering the message or distorting the message. Right. As an example, a manager, middle or lower level manager, tries to send a message to the boss in order to satisfy him, the boss. It is an intentional distortion of the message. The sender knows that if the message is sent to him, to the boss in this manner, the sender may get a lot of advantages. Likewise, priority. It's a distortion. This happens everywhere. To satisfy the receiver, the sender tries to present the message in such a way. It's a distortion. Filter. But in the communication, it is identified as a barrier. But when we consider power politics, the last lesson we are supposed to use, it should be done to influence the other party and to get the right attention. It should be done according to the power and politics. But in communication, it's a barrier. It should be minimized. Selective perception is another barrier. It happens from the receiver side. Right. The personal variables we mentioned in the two boxes are leading to these sections. Right. Then the personal variables of the sender lead to have this one in the hands of the sender. He or she tries to interpret and understand the message in a biased way to match with his or her personal variables. Right. That is the opposite aspect of the filtering. Finally, what happens? The intended message is read and understood differently, in a biased way. That is another barrier to the effective communication. Because all these are done by these parties at the cost of the majority of the organization, majority of the society. They are playing head in communication at the cost of others. But these are inevitable. You can't avoid them. Because that's the nature of human beings. They try to satisfy themselves in communication also. Electronic mono use kara, then finally there is a human involved. Then these are inevitable. Right. Then the information overload. No? As it says, too much of information is also not good. It reduces the effective communication. Right. Then looking at the task and the audience, you should be able to organize your message and include contents of message. Again, presentation only means right there. There are techniques, appropriate ways. If you are giving more information, it embraces that this problem, information overload. The senior manager state presentation you have to have a very user-friendly manner, right? Pie charts, bar charts, otherwise they can't understand. They will blame also. And they are not the experts, no? And in such a very indifferent way, you have to communicate. Then there's not emotions. Without emotions, actually, we can't communicate, but too much of emotions can hinder the effectiveness of communication. Emotion means the mood, unnecessary, inappropriate mood of the sender or the receiver of a party can reduce the effectiveness of the communication of the message. ඒක දා ඇන්ඩ්‍රි මෝඩ් එකේ ඉන්නවනම් තමන් කමියුනිකේට් කරන්න හොදක් නැහැ අනිත් කෙනාට කමියුනිකේට් කරන්නත් හොඳ නැහැ. ඒකයි අර බොස් එකේ ඉන්න මූඩ් එක බලලා මැසේජ් එක කියන්න. Because of this one. The emotion has an impact of the effectiveness of the communication. Emotion of the party, right? But emotions are required to a certain level. Otherwise, we can't communicate. But too much of them is not good. Then language, no, it's a huge barrier. Frequently seen. Language is not only the particular what is called medium like English, Sinhala, Tamil. It involves many things. Even culture, ethnic background, all may come as a varying language. Then silence, but certain silence is required to listen to the other. It is one major part of the communication. But too much of silence of a party can can provide lack of information to message. Right. Therefore, whenever even employees need to talk, they should talk and share their actual ideas, no, with the management. Otherwise, managers cannot know this. Right. Right. Then include the physiological barriers also, including noise. That is the frequently happening barrier. These are very advanced barriers. Behavioral barriers. But to reduce this, as I said, different channels should be used. You have to communicate to match with the audience. Feedback is essential to complete the communication process. Likewise, there are generic strategies as well as specific strategies. Right. If you know the problem, you can easily propose a strategy to address them. Right. Then I have come to the last point. That is to share. I know two more, three more. Right. Right. This one is communication apprehension. It involves a person. Sometimes there are typical individual oriented barrier to communication. As an example, some are not good in public communication. They are good in individual communication, but not good in public communication, mass communication. But through training, education, they can improve this one. Improve means minimize this problem, but it is very difficult to have 100% improvement. Till we die, we will embrace with time to time if those problems come. Right. These are very lifelong problems faced by some individuals. No, all these can be considered as communication apprehension problems. Some are telephone call by පොඩි කාලේ තමයි බයදී දෙවුලන. ඒක තියෙනවා දිගට. සමහරව කතා කරන්න ලැජ්ජයි. අන්න ඒ සරයි ඒක දිගටම තියෙනවා. ඔතින් මේ අමාරු වෙනස් කරලා. සමහරවිට මේ අනවශ්‍ය ප්‍රමාණයට කෑගෙන. හරි යමයි පාඩක ඉස්සර මාස් දාලා ඉඳලා වාස් දාපු කාලේ ඒක උනා දැනුත් ඒ සමාල් කරනවා. මාස් දාන්නේ යාර පුරුද්ද. Right. Those are some personal communication issues. ඉතින් වෙනත් අය කෙනෙකුට ඒක බලපාන. අනිත් කෙනාට බලපාන. සමහර අයගේ මේ written communication දුර්වලයි. කොච්චර කරත් හදාගන්න oral හොඳයි. සමහර අයගේ written හොඳයි oral දුර්වලයි. එහෙම තියෙනකොට සමහර අයට body languages bad. Body languages bad. සමහර අයගේ body languages හොඳයි written oral දුර්වලයි. එහෙම වෙන්නත් පුළුවන්. ඔක්කොම ටිකක් සමබර කිරීම තමයි හොඳ වෙන්නේ. අන්තගාමී නොවි සමබර කිරීම තමයි වැදගත්. Right. Line. It's an error, no? Fraud and error. Line means presenting wrongful information, unknowingly or knowingly. That hinders the effective communication in all the time. ලංකාවේ බොරු කියලා නුගත්තේ ඒක මේ කටින් නෙමෙයි ලිඛිත වාර්තා තියෙන බොරුට අර. That's it. One major barrier to communication in our country. No? සාවියල එමනේ නඩු වාර්තායිට වෙනස් කරනවා. පියා සාක්ෂි අයින් කර. It's a lie. කඩ බොරු කියනවා. Simply කියලා බොරුවක් කියන්නේ විහිළුවටවත්. නමුත් ඒකේ ලොකු අවශ්‍යයක් වෙනවා. ලංකාවේ තියෙන ප්‍රධාන ප්‍රශ්නයක්. ජපානයේ නම් බොරු කිව්වොත් ඉවරයි. අනිත් සමාජෙම කොන්නේ. Right. But බොරු කළා විශාල නොලියම තිබ්බයි. විශාල කම්පැනි වලට බොරු වාර්තා දීලා නේ. ඒක ඇමරිකන් මැනේජර් කෙනෙක් හිටියෝ. ඒකෙන්ද හේතු එකක් බලපාට. කවුද ඉන්නේ කියන්නේ. But Toshiba company ඒක උනා. Japanese at the top. ඒකෙන්ද මේ මම මනසෙම වෙන්න පුළුවන් ඉංග්‍රීසි ඉන්නෝලි ලයිව් වෙන්න පුළුවන්. Right. That's the final barrier identified here to effective communication. It's a misrepresentation of information. That's why I'm going to inside the DD name. It's a misrepresentation of sensitive information to the general public. Or the parties involved in high positions may share it in advance to the public party. Then they try to gain personal benefits through that. It's a fraud as per the SEC Act, Security Exchange Commission Act. Right, those are well verified, no, and imprisonment. Like I have an audio and not only me already. That is another example for line insider trading or insider trading in businesses or in share markets. එක්තරාගේ පිළ ගණන් උනත් මේ කඩවල වල ගහලා තියන්න ඕනේ. නමුත් මෙල දවසේනේ නෑනේ. තියෙන එක නෙවෙයි දෙන්නේ. It's a line. Wrongful act. සුපර් මාකට් වල විතරයි ඒක ටිකක් දැන් හොඳට යන්නේ. නියමිතයට යන්නේ. මොකද ඒ කට්ටිය වැඩ කරන්නේ කම්පැනි එක. ඒකට පර්සනලි ගන්නත් බෑ. They have to give a receipt. ඒකත් එක හේතුව. කන්ට්‍රෝල් එකේ තියෙන සිස්ටම් එක. line නඩු. ඒක තමයි මිනිස්සුන්ගේ දැන් විශ්වාසය වැඩි සුපර් මාකට් වලින් බඩු ගන්න. පොළවල් වලට මේ නැබරට කිරනවා කියනවා. කතා කරන්න දන්නේ නැහැ නේ. දැන් අපි ඒකට පොඩ්ඩක් හදිලා මේක ඉන්න. තේරුම් අරගෙන. ඉස්සරව ගෙලෙවිලි පොඩ්ඩක් ටිකක් ප්‍රසන්න විදිහට කතා කරන පොළොක් විලෙන්දුවේ ඉන්න මාත් කියන්නේ. ඒක කරලා දැනගෙන තියෙන ඉන්නේ නැහැ කියලා ඒකට. කොල්ලා line. කතා කරන එකේම නෙවෙයි කමියුනිකේෂන් කියන්නේ ඇක්ෂන් එකත් කමියුනිකේෂන් එකේ කියන්නේ ඇක්ෂන්. කතාව විතරක් නෙවෙයි ඇක්ෂන් එකත් කමියුනිකේෂන් එකේම කියන්නේ එකත් ලයින් වෙන්න පුළුවන්. Right. Okay, these are very important, no? Because most problems are happening in societies and organizations because of this. That's the main reason. Yeah. Humans are involved in, no? This may happen. Right. But that is not an excuse, no? This can be minimized. With proper management, proper strategies. And new technology can be used, no? To control human behavior. New technology, maybe in Singapore, control. Even without visa, we can go there, but we have much control through the technology. Right. Okay, last part is to identify some implications, learning points for managers. No? Right. First one is the less distortion the more employees will know about the goals, tasks, and get the feedback, right? And other messages also as expected by them. But we noted this has happened in the sender side, filtering, but it can be minimized, right? Then second implication says that high use of vertical, lateral, informal channels increases communication flow, reduces uncertainty level, and improves individual and group performance and their satisfaction. Therefore, different channels should be used, as much as possible. But this is also important. Perfect communication is unattainable. Perfect communication already. But we can improve the effectiveness of that. There's a strong relationship between the effectiveness of communication and the positive results in the workplace. Perfect වෙන්න තමයි බුදුහාමුදුරුවන්ටත් යම් අවස්ථාවලදී මේ කමියුනිකේෂන් ප්‍රොබ්ලම්ස් තිබ්බනේ. ඒවා පස්සේ හදාගන්න. අර දෙමාපියන්ගේ අවසර ගන්න නැති හැම මාන කළා යන්නේ පස්සේ වරද පිළියෙලකට ඊට පස්සේ පැනෙවුවා නේද? විනය නීතිය. ඉතින් no one is perfect in communication. ජේසුස් වහන්සේට උනත් මේ මොනවාරි කමියුනිකේෂන් අඩුපාඩු සිද්ධ වෙන්නේ නැති නේද? ඒක නෙමෙයි නම. right. No one is perfect in communication. Right. Then selecting the correct channel. පොදුවේ පාවිච්චි කරන්න පුළුවන් මේ poema. Using the correct channel. Being an effective listener මට කියන්න බැරුනේ. Being an effective listener. ඒක තමයි ඉස්සෙල්ලා වෙන්න ඕන communication වල. And having the feedback can make the communication more effective. Then whatever the sender's expectation, the reality of the communication means how the message is interpreted and understood by the receiver. ඒක තමයි වැඩිම දේ. වැඩි බලපෑමක් receiver අතේ තියෙන්නේ. ඒක කියන්න කොහොම කිව්වත් අහන්න සීබුද්ධියෙන් ඇසිය යුතුයි කියන්නේ ඒකයි. You are කියන්නේ නේ. The reality of communication is more with the receiver, audience. Now, එහෙම කියලා ඉතින් මේ හිතාමතා වැරදි කරන්න බෑ sender. Right. Next point says that the potential for misunderstanding in electronic communication is the great drawback. Main drawback. Despite their advantage. Misunderstanding is misusing of the misunderstanding, misusing, and interactions, interactions. Power cut all the those are disadvantages, interruptions, then misunderstanding and misusing. Right. But there are massive advantages available today by using electronic communications. Online shopping, online purchasing, B2B business, B2C, B2G, Internet of Things, all conveyed electronic communications. Google, Amazon, eBay, Taras, Alibaba, so engage with Google. Innovation then over again. Communication innovations, communication channels. Right. Another guide is make sure you use communication strategies appropriate to match with your audience and the nature of the message you are trying to send. Finally, though we identify a lot of challenges, barriers to communication, all can be, the negative effect of all can be minimized through the appropriate channel, appropriate strategy. Right. Then, as mentioned there, you should matter the channel you use to communicate. Then you should be a good listener, and definitely you need to have the feedback. Right. In this, we can finish the handout. Here we will have a break. No, 1:30. We will have a break for about 15 minutes. But if you have questions about the lesson, please ask for me. After that, we will have your final quiz, no? Today, the 10th or 9th. Then for other classes, I finalized the CA marks and shared with the office in the Excel sheets. It should be yet to be done for your class because this is pending. Today, I think I can finalize that. For you, there's another color for the quiz also. Then after this, I can finalize your one. I can do this easily. There are 12 members. Actually, I finalize your one also up to that. Pending. This is pending. Right. Then we will have such a break and come back. Online members also may have your refreshment for about 15 minutes, 15 to 20 minutes. Right, coming back, we will have your final quiz, classroom quiz, based on this lesson. Ese viseo non ti dai. Però tu non mi chiedi, io. Guarda, come sembra attraversare le casanti. Dai, cazzo, da sì. E io cosa le c'è? Che pensiamo? Ascolti. Perché mi spiegare anche perché sta qui. Ah. La politica del tempo che matta. Sai che
assessment. Then we also don't make to a message. They got what was done. We have got our full group together and home and just you. Yeah, we didn't be there. Yeah, after the period, then we have the dogs and mama. You go like oh, and then Patan Gandari. Punavetti veteran dog, it up I seen as you neck on many for the then no Gandhi. Maruti often met then we had about you 100%. You know? Funny. Then the points so even at me is satisfied. Points the point they like the Sharanga. You to the because I don't think other children to winter there they were still because I'm going to see presentation to the south. The presenter are not in order to in order to not ready very good. Send the over case presentation. Then we go and move to it. Keep it Satan and up in Slam. It up to that and you can go kill me. All of you, what are the morning? Money. You will have missed the yeah, it is at least they are very good. Who are the single case.
Okay, we will have you quiz now. After that, we will try to. We will go. Okay, there can be 12 members now today. Last quiz. Right, we'll start from Gudathilak.
Today I'm going to speak about different types of communication. Let's start with downward communication. Downward communication is flow from one level of a group or organization to a lower level. Example, manager or team or leads communicate with their employees by assigning goals, communicate with their explaining policies and producers, point out problems and offering feedback on performance. In simple terms, downward communication ensure that employees clearly understand what needs to be done and how to do it efficiently. Next is upward communication. Upward communication is the opposite direction from a lower level to a higher level in organization. Example, we can tell employees share their feedback, report their progress toward goals, and communicate any issues or challenges they are facing to their managers or team leaders. Upward communication help to manage, understand employees' positions and make informed decisions.
You have obtained then 19 marks, no? Out of 20. First day only 1 mark. That's right. No? Right, second one, Vedas and absent note today. Maybe via online.
Okay.
Are you there? Vedas, absent, no? Oh. So far, 14 marks. Then Erika on that day also sometimes optional. Right. Then Danushka. Danushika or Danushka? But your number is, name is there, only D.
K-A-N Danushka.
Danushka name is there. Otherwise, I can't recognize. Right now, in the sheet also, Danushka name is there.
Number 12 is my registration.
20?
Number
12.
12.
1, 2.
What to? What's your number, Mr. Gunde? Your number?
So the
1 3.
TC.
It doesn't even answer that is possible. Right. Now you ask.
Remind learning currencies or different type of communication. There are simply downward communication. Downward communication means communicate high level to a low level. For example, giving work goals. Upward communication communicate lower level to higher level. Its employees towards line, giving feedback, reporting problems. Exterior communication happens between people at the same level, talking to other workers like oral communication means it's talking or speaking, speeches, making discussion like that. Written communication using words or symbolizing writing. For example, emails and mails. There are non-verbal communication. It's been using body languages and tone instead of words. For example, hand movement, facial expressions. Formal communication is follows the official chain of command to organization. For example, one-man person contact everyone. Informal communication, not official, casual talk among people. For example, small talk and chatting. Last one is electronic communication. It means using technology to share messages like email, text messages, AI.
Okay. Then you have also scored 19 marks, sir. Completely. Yes, yes, yes. And next one, Ramanayake. Absent, no? Yeah, online. Okay. Now you can answer.
Today my topic is writing communication. Writing communication is one of the most important forms of business communication. It involves sharing information through writing words or symbols such as letters, memos, emails, reports, and notice. These methods help to keep permanent records of message and ensure clarity and accuracy. For example, when a message send an email to the team explaining new company policies, it becomes a formal and documented message that can be referred to the letter. Written communication is especially useful in organizations because it allows information to be shared across different departments and time zones. However, it should be clear, concise, and well structured to avoid misunderstanding.
Okay, what's your number? Registration number last
29.
July. You have obtained 17 marks and 17 completing your research. Right. Next one is a number appears as 015. Follow.
Today, I'm going to talk about barriers to effective communication. These are problems that stop people from understanding each other clearly. The first barrier is filtering. This means changing or hiding information. For example, an employee may only tell the boss good news and hide the bad news. And second is selective perception. The people understand message based on their own feelings and experiences. For example, one person may take feedback as advice while another may feel criticized. The third is information overload. When we get too many emails, reports, or messages, we can't pay attention to everything. So the main point gets lost. The fourth is emotions. Our mood affects how we understand messages. For example, if we are angry, we may take a normal comment in the wrong way. The fifth is language. Even when we speak the same language, words can mean different things. For example, the word formal may mean different dress codes to different people. And finally, silence. When employees stay quiet about problems, managers miss important information. To communicate better, we should listen carefully, speak clearly, and avoid these barriers. Thank you.
Right. What's your name?
RTA Pereira.
Pereira, no?
RTA Pereira.
Yeah, Pereira. Pereira. You have obtained 17 marks, 17. Right. Next one, 014. What's your name? Mudu S. Mudu. That is there in the list. Register.
BA sister. BA S sister and 40.
14, okay, no? Right. What's your answer?
Today I am talking about communication process. Communication is the process of exchanging information among parties meaningfully to achieve their goals. It starts with the sender who has a message to share. Then the sender encodes the message using words or symbols and send it through a channel such as speaking, writing, or email, etc. Does the receiver get the message and according to understand the meaning? After that, the receiver gives feedback to show whether the message was understood or not. Sometimes noise like poor language, misunderstanding can disturb the process. Thank you.
Right. You also get 70, yeah?
Next.
Next one, 90, 019.
It's me.
Your question is,
Chalina. 19.
number is correct, no?
Yes. Today, I will brief different types of communication. Based on direction of flow, there is three types. First one is upward communication. It flows from lower level to higher level. As example, employee feedback to manager, inform progress. Next, downward communication. It flows from higher level to lower level. As examples, instructions, policies, orders, and assigned goals. Third one is horizontal communication. It's between same level of members. As example, department heads coordinating discussion with group members. And based on the formality, there is two types. First one is formal communication and second one is informal communication. Formal communication means it follows official structure and hierarchy. As examples, office memos, reports, meetings. And next one is informal communication. It's casual and personal and not bounded by laws. As examples, friendly chats among co-workers.
Right, you have obtained the maximum 20. 20%. How about other subjects? Marks for the other subjects.
85 or equal principles of
Ask even out of 100. Can have a class now. Some other students good pass. The mental or something. You are doing chartered dose? What's the state final?
only business level, but I have stopped studies and I'm working in Oxford.
Yeah.
So,
Then before, then with this qualification you can go further then. Chartered. On to the final. Then try to balance the work based on the workload. Right, okay. Then NK Pereira. Like this. Mahesh Pereira, not Mahesh. NKO MK. Mahesh is a different one. You are coming through online message, online platform today. Pereira. Oh, absent. Seems absent, no? Absent, then the next day I have finalized. This one is number 70, 017. Are you there? 017. It's a silent one. Right. Then 011.
So I am here. Today my learning point is barrier of effective communication. One is information overload. This happens when a person get too much information to handle at once. As an example, phone has many texts, email and news alerts that you miss very important message from your friends. It's information overload. Other one is emotional. How you feel can change how you understand a message. As example, if you are very angry, you might take a simple suggestion from friends as a Other one is language. Different people use and understand the same words different based on the thing like their age or whether they are from. As an example, a new company memo use a lot of technical terms that a new employees haven't learned yet. So they don't understand their communication. Other one is silence. When people work, stay quick and don't speak up about problem, managers don't know what's wrong. As an example, employees see safely but don't tell supervisor because they are afraid. Other one is line. Simple put this is telling or the as an example, telling a client that a product can do something, it can just to sell it. Simple managerial tips are better communication. Keep the message clear. Use all way to talk. No, it's not perfect. Choose the right tool that can be better communication and reduce barriers.
You have received 16 marks total on 8 days. 16, right. Then next number is 26026. Are you there? It's absolutely normally attended physically. Only obtained 4 marks. Right, Mahesh, are you there?
Yes, sir. Yes.
0 team. 0 team. Yeah.
I will explain downward communications and upward communication under different type of communications. Downward communication mean flow from higher level of authority to low level within an organization. It means informations move from manager to employee. This type of communications mainly used for assigning goal and tasks, provide job introductions and guidance, explaining company policies and procedures, and point out problems and for improvement, offer feedback about employees' performance. Example, we can say managers explain new attendant rules or supervisors given introductions how to complete project. And purpose of this down-to-earth communications is help employee to understand what he expected from them and ensure everyone work toward common organization. And second one is upward communications. Upward communications meaning flow from lower level to high level in an organization. Its mean information move from employees to supervisor, manager, or team leaders. This communication is used for providing feedback on management decisions, inform about progress toward assigning goals, and report current problem or challenges, and suggest improvement or share new ideas. Example, we can say employees submit weekly progress report and or they share ideas during meeting. And purpose of this upward communications is help management understand employees and perspective, identify workplace issues, and they can help this for better decisions. Yeah, that's it, sir.
Right, thanks. You have obtained 16. Yeah, Mahesh has obtained 16 marks on 8
Okay,
days.
thank you.
Right. Shamila, she needed to do that. Right, all finished, I think, answering today. Anyone remaining? Then I can finalize today. Need not to wait beyond the last day. The Pedersen has obtained 40 14 marks on 7 days. For this part, it is enough. Right? There are 2 other components. They can add the marks. Then NK Pereira has obtained 13 marks. Then number 17 has obtained 11 marks. Huh? I don't know the name. They have given only the number. Number 26, the previous one, obtained 4 marks. If I finalize and email the list, we can't have another one on the last day. We can have the revision. Revision and to finish everything on the next day. Then I think they will require, they have already asked the marks. Today or tomorrow, I should email the final list. This is only one part, but more marks were given for this one. Wait, about half given for this one because there are 10 days work, 10 days work to encourage the attendance also, active attendance. Then other 2 columns have 10 marks each, no? 10 marks. I have filled that. Then fill in this one, I can finalize an email. The mark sheet for your class. For today, tonight. But that's the best way. I think the average, this is reasonable for their responses. All might be doing the teamwork, no? Team assignment. Then altogether 12 members in this class who will do the exam also. 12. If they are repeating and they have to repeat. It's online, 12 members. The exemption class, no, that's the reason. Right. Then we can finish the assignment part from this today. I guess good that I can be happy about the work I did. In the same days, I started that. And now we get that. Within 10 days, I have done this. It is here with page. I close that. Again, we have to go to the website. Okay. Here we have to logo, no? Bring to dashboard. We have to set the time. Okay. Right now, you can scan your online members can do this, no? It appears, no? There is. Right, then if finish, we can go to the ebook. Or try to do past papers. I have to give only guidelines, sir. Two other lessons can be done if possible, otherwise we can skip them. Groups again, how we these are discussed in this semester. But we covered 3 lessons in Lini, no? But all 5. But 1 day is remaining. But for the sake, we will try to go through the past papers, give guidelines. But you have to write the answers. Now I have to close this.
Sir, next week is a marketing mission. You are online කරන්න
Online.
Yeah.
Sir, come in here. Then shall we finish today? Your class. Assignments are over. Doing a past paper. But I don't know what would happen to the next class, the other class. Then only that is there. At least finishing one is good. could release to me. It's not so funny. Yes. Download the link. Please.
Just
Just run. Just run.
just
Come on. I'm not lazy.
තමුපැති උඩම තියෙනවා unselect all කියලා.
I'm not lazy.
Unselect all.
Pain on? Before pain on? Others, I don't know. This is shared document.
So unselect all के उड़े दिन से टिक अनो.
Export images
Export
caption content and back.
Come on.
Next.
Too much, no? Too large. But they cannot see it. It's same million. But you can't see them, no? Clear there.
That's a semi logo pun away.
Usually, they are working on. Okay, I don't know. It's land, they are. It's not. We have to give the ID in it. Region 9. Again, I should give the details, no? Can we check the meeting calendar? Go to the meeting calendar today. Then we need to have a username and password, no? Should contact the office then. LMS is okay, but no team name. Team meeting Pila. I Kalimangila did. Very close to anything. And they cannot log on, no? බලමු link එක දාලා දැන්නේ. ඒක දාලා තියෙන්න පුළුවන් නේ. කරන්නේ නේ.
ऐसा तो नाम तो देखे देखे 11
මේකනේ.
वाले पास है तो नाम तो देखे
This one, no? Yes. Oh, yeah. Okay. අනේ එනවනේ. recording එනවනේ එකක් දෙන්නවා link එක. හරි. Hello. Right, doing that. My name on it.
it's like a
Yeah. There are two. දෙකක් තියෙනවා.
සර් දැන් මේ කියන්නේ සර් දෙන්නෙක් විදිහට ලොග් වෙලා තියෙන්නේ. සර් හොස්ට් විදිහට ලොග් වෙලා ඊටම ස්ටුඩන්ට් කෙනෙක් විදිහට ලොග්.
දෙකට කරන මීටින් නේ.
ඒක තමයි තෝම් කාර්යදී. දෙපාරක් ඇහින්නේ ඒකයි සර්.
ආයෙත් එහෙම තමයි. ඒ වෙන්නේ දෙපාරක් කියපුවා. එකම
හොස්ටල් ගෙදී ඉතිහාසය සර්.
සර් හොස්ට් විදිහට වෙයි.
එතන ඩිවයිස් එකක් නේ. දෙක.
මොකද කරන්නේ දැන් ආයෙත් ආයේ
අනිත් අන්තිම පස්සේ ඩිවයිස් වල ඇතිත් නේ.
ඒකද අපි ඒක ක්ලෝස් කරේ නෑනේ.
අතන ටැබ් දෙකක් තුනක් තියෙනවා.
නෑ හිතේ YouTube එකයි
ඒක
වල වෙයිට් එකයි
ඇටෙන්ඩන්ස් ස්කෑන්.
මේක ඇටෙන්ඩන්ස්
ආ.
ඒකයි කරුම් බෑ. මේක දෙපාරක් ගිහින් පොඩ්ඩක් බලන්න. ඔයාලට බැවුනද?
මම පොඩ්ඩක් බැලුවා ඉතින් ඒක
එකේ බැලුවා. අවුලද? මේ ලොග් අවුට් කරනවා වගේ දැක්ක ඒ පාර ආයෙ ගියා. මේ LMS එකකින් ගියා. ඔව්. Yes. Easy. ගන්න බලන්න මේ කොහොමද LMS එකට යන්න ඕනේ මේ අපේ පාස්වර්ඩ් එක ෂෙයාර් කරන්න. possibility and then so maybe the मेरा दिनों नहीं आपके आगे का मेरे डैशबोर्ड की लेन सब लोग हाँ यार डालो ना कैप्चर दे हमने Okay. Saya kira ini agak lebih non. Tiga दिन में ना पहले तो ये ला itu bas audio tuh देखा है ini baik ada itu bodoh boleh tim nah baiklah baiklah We thought of discussing for giving guidelines to you to answer the questions in this paper, the latest one. This is my format actually. They may be having their own format, but this is the final version. Right, questions are there, but small improvements might happen now to the paper. No major changes in the questions and the given marks. Then the first question is compulsory. You have to read the instructions carefully, taking a few minutes to see the options and conditions. Right. Here, first one is compulsory, but that doesn't say that you have to answer this in the first paper. You can answer to other questions, and after that you can do this. But this is a must. Within 2.5 hours or 3 hours, you have to answer this question. Otherwise, you are evaluated reducing this mark. Then check the compulsory questions. Or read the instructions carefully. Given at the top of the exam paper in all exams. Right here, you have to read the case and answer the questions given at the end of it. You have to clearly state your assumptions, if any are. At the beginning, assumptions, if any, should be presented. City block. Populations of focus to scale the whole person care more. Right. That's the title. Then we have to read the questions also. Right. There are 4 question parts now to earn 40 marks. Then to earn 40 marks, you can use about 1 hour. About 1 hour or 50 minutes, 60 minutes can be used. Minimum 40 minutes. Then they come and 1 hour wagi මේකට දාන්න පුළුවන්.
assignment එකයි exam එකේ කොහොමද marks එන්නේ? මේකෙන් අපි 100% මේකේ.
ඔව් 100 බෙදලා 60ට දාන්න. ඔව් CA marks සාමාන්‍යයෙන් මේ මගේ 100ට ඉල්ලලා 100ට දාන්නේ නැහැ. CA marks දෙන්නේ දෙන ගන්න. CA මොන 40. That is not divided. Online CA දාරවල ආයෙ ගන්න බෑ complicated. ඒක 100ට දැම්මොත් එහෙම අරකේ ගන්න එක බෙදන්නේ. මේක 100ට හරියුත්. දෙකම 100. 40න් ඉස්සර 100ට කියලා. 40යි නේ. දැන් 40ක් නැහැ. ඒක වැඩි කරලා ගන්න ඕන. 50යි. 50. භාගෙනේ 40 ඉස්ස කියන්නේ 100න් 50යි. ඒක අරක 100න් දෙන්න ඕනේ. ඊට පස්සේ ඒගොල්ලොන් දෙක එකතු වෙනවා. මම දැන් දීලා තියෙන්නේ 40. අන්න 100 කොලම් එක ඇතුව මම මේක ඩිලීට් කරනවා.
මේ assignments මේවයි quiz එකේ හැමදේයි මේකෙට.
කොහොමද ඒ කට්ටියට ගන්න ඕනේ මේ අපි දෙන්න ඕනේ මේ දීලා තියෙන්නේ කීයද කියලා ලකුණු තියෙනවා. පේන්න ඕන. 40න් කියපුවා මම ඒකට ඕනේ 100ට හරව ගන්න. තමයි යුනිවර්සිටි එක කියන්නේ 100ට හරවන්නේ. CA marks එක ගෙදරින් දෙන ගාන දීලා අරක බෙදෙනවා බැලන්ස් ගන්න. CA papers වල. එමයි කරන්නේ නැත්නම් මේක පැටලෙන. Right. Here we discuss about SWOT analysis in the planning. Here for this company called corporation, you have to do a SWOT analysis and present the SWOT variables in a diagram. Then you have to draw a diagram, no, without putting these in a paragraph. In a matrix, you can present it. But there should be a introductory sentence also. No, you can state that. It's a repeating the question. Like put a Leonardo on the other make the river come in. Then, but internal, external, no? Internal, external.